Okay, and then speaking of when I was back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Juvenile Hall came across our desk.
Yes.
Los Padrinos, LP. I'm familiar with the process. I've been to all three: East Lake, LP, Sylmore Juvenile Hall, a few camps. But you got the article right there.
We have actually a clip that we could play from the news regarding what's going on.
Okay,
and then we can go ahead and
okay.
But do a little setup first.
Look, they talking about Los Padrinos and staff overseeing, the minors catching phase. And they words consecutive phase. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that's no news though. You know what I mean? That's what been going on since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Well, since I've been hitting juvenile hall, I think the staff rather let you go in one of these rooms, close the door, look in the window at y'all, monitor it, y'all get it out the way versus one of the minors rush somebody in the middle of the day room, and now they got to do paperwork. So me putting myself in the staff mind frame, they probably like, man, I might as well just let them get it out the way versus they mess up the day room. Now I got to do paperwork and stay a little later, and you know what I'm saying, later than when I got to get off. And then that's just my theory. That's why I think they would let them, or they just like with the program, like forget it, let them squabble.
based on the footage I seen, I think they could be not wanting to do paperwork, but you shouldn't have got that job if that was the case. Also, they're young. Some of the staff probably is pretty young. The officers or whatever you want to call them that were being under investigation. I just don't think that that's like to be sitting there and watching something. What if, God forbid, one of them kids hit their head on the table or a bed or something like that, or the whatever's in there, and then you sat there and you just watched this fight play out and you're on camera footage. Now you're responsible. I just think it's very irresponsible and stupid. Now I do want to ask you this. So when the very, very first time you got arrested and went to juvenile hall, how old were you?
13.
13. So what was your mental state? Like, were you like turned up, like, when I get here, I'm just going to fight? Or were you like, dang, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of scared. And it's okay to be scared.
No, I wasn't scared. I'm gonna tell you what was stupid but it's the truth. Like when you out here and then like you in that life and you hear like everybody come back from juvenile hall talking about it, you kind of want to experience it a little bit. No, ain't that stupid?
Yes.
No, it's dumb. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, because I never wanted to experience that.
And then when you in juvenile hall, like the kids that come back down from camp, like for medical or whatever they coming back down for, they got refouled on. Mm-hmm. Refouled mean they pretty much messed up. Now they gotta go back to court and probably get their time started over or whatever. So when you in juvenile hall, you hear about camp, you're like, damn, I ain't never been to camp. I kind of want to expect. It's really dumb. I ain't gonna cap, but it's the truth though, right? So like I'm like, I've been hearing stories and shit, so now it's my time. I'm like, shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You not knowing what's going, like, this is my friend, like, damn, you kind of like nervous, like, oh, but you kind of ready at the same time. Well, that's how it was with me. You know what I'm saying?
So 13 years old, and then they separate you by age, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're with, what's the age group? It's like 13 to 15, or how does it go?
It's like 13, 14, then 15, 16, and like, well, damn, I think I might have went before 13 because at first I was in the unit that was the youngest unit. But yeah, those days. But we gonna run a clip. Go ahead.
Disturbing surveillance video going viral tonight. This video from inside the troubled Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall in Downey. It shows multiple juveniles targeting and fighting with another detainee, all while a number of L.A. County probation officers just look on. That video played in an L.A. courtroom yesterday and first obtained by the L.A. Times. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher joining us live now with more on that disturbing video and the outrage it's generating. Michelle.
Well, Mark, following this incident, 8 staff members now on leave at risk of permanently losing their jobs for seemingly encouraging this bad behavior. And it all plays out in this troubling surveillance video.
It was very clear, like this was like gladiator fights from the old school days or a fight club that they were running.
The release of shocking video inside Downey's Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall As the troubled detention center tonight back in the headlines, probation staff seemingly encouraging a gladiator fight, watching with little to no intervention as detainees one by one take turns beating another young man, each taking a couple of swings, then sitting down to eat. A probation officer at the end giving an approving handshake following the last fight.
These are the people that wear badges that we trust to be caring and rehabilitating our young people, and they're not.
The surveillance video from last December, horrifying and troubling, says Scott Budnick, who founded the Anti-Recidivism Coalition and has volunteered as a mentor inside Los Padrinos and other detention centers for more than 20 years.
There are many probation officers who push kids in the right direction. But when you see this, and this has been a pervasive problem, when you see this, those are probation officers that should go to prison. Those are probation officers that should be arrested.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, the little homie ran 4 fades, and he did a pretty damn good job, even though I'd say he probably lost the last one.
Because at that point, he was tired.
Hey, but hold on. I didn't know that he ran them fades back to. It was one person fighting them, all them people.
Back to back. And he was the smallest one of all the people he ran fades with, and he did a damn good job, actually.
Oh, I thought, okay. I was thinking, because, like, I'm like, they if I had an enemy, you know what I'm saying, say I'm from families and somebody from 60s come in, I tell the staff, hey, man, let me get down with them. They let us go handle our business. But, okay. So it sounded like that little dude probably was a F up, and he let the kids do his. Hey, but still, man, that's. Okay, that wasn't straight right there. That was you let the DPOs punish them. You know what I'm saying? That ain't your job to punish them in that way. If what I'm thinking, that's the.
Well, because they gave him a handshake at the end. I feel like he was like, man, I could be up so and so. I could do this. I could do that. Like probably the kid was bragging about it, and then he got off and he proved himself that he could fight.
So the staff gave the little dude a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
No. The staff shake the hood.
No, the ones that was whooping on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see the ending part of it, so I thought they shook. The way I listened, I thought they shook his hand. Okay.
Yeah, okay. No. That's what I'm saying. It looked like the little dude was an F up, and just because he F'd up, they had the other minors get on him. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, okay.
And
That's what happened. I don't like that. I don't like it either way. My thing is so these juveniles are gonna be either they can continue to climb the ladder and go and continue to go in the system and continue to be in the county jail, then they're gonna end up in prison for the rest of their life, in and out constantly, or they really rehabilitate them. So this is your opportunity, because you've been there. So why are they not giving them I feel like it's so important to teach the youth how to communicate without having to be violent. That doesn't mean you don't gotta work out. It doesn't mean that you don't gotta know how to fight. You do need to know your survival tactics, but I feel like you do need to learn how to properly communicate and respect each other's boundaries, right then and there.
A lot of these staffs will let it go down. You know what I mean?
Okay, so do you agree with what I'm saying though? Remember when you were there, think about if they taught you if you've seen somebody there from the opposite territory and they taught you guys how to properly communicate, and just so when you get back out in the real world, it's like you have a better understanding instead of just boom running to violence without even thinking, because you're just thinking off of impulse and anger.
Honestly, man, that experience right there, that dude went through, that'd probably be the experience that make him not want to go back to jail. Honestly, jail ain't supposed to be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that might be the, man, I ain't going back to staff and shit. They ain't even doing their job protecting me. You know what I'm saying? So, that might be the incident that make him not want to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Or it could be nobody cares about me because we don't even know what his family situation is, and
that's too much of a hypothetical now. But we just talking about what we see on camera.
But half of these juveniles are coming from per what I've looked up, is foster cares in bad situations.
Hey, look, bro, they sent me the placement. My moms and pops, they want me at the house, bro. They just knew how the case went. It wasn't going in that direction, and they couldn't send me to camp at the time. So they sent me the placement, for 6 months, bro, or something like that. 6 or 9. Bro, I'm not a placement type kid, bro.
You're not, but think about the kid that is, in that you may be kind of being influenced by him, or maybe not you personally, but another kid that comes from family background and that this kid doesn't, and you kind of get influenced by the stuff that, because they don't have nobody, no one cares about this kid, so now they just reckless, they don't care.
Hey, we could look up the numbers, bro, or we could Atticus be back there typing it in. A lot of them kids that they go to placements in group homes and be AWOLing and stuff, but they a lot of them they there because they come back and forth because they just getting in trouble.
Okay, so do you think that the kids that are like, from your personal
I
experience,
think 35% of them probably like probably 30% probably like juvenile hall. I mean placement group home type kids and be AWOL and end up back there type thing. You know what I'm saying?
because when they're in those type of environments too, it's like nobody cares about them when they're in group homes and they're getting mistreated bad, and they end up back in the juvenile system, and it's just like it's going to be constantly happening and nothing is being done. So what I'm trying to say is like, okay, so this child or this juvenile is around other kids and maybe influencing them to do worse things, and now you got just corruption. It's never ending. That's why I think that
Bottom line, the staff should have been doing their job and they didn't. Like no matter what background they come from, they should have been doing their job.
absolutely.
But back then when I was in the halls, I appreciated them staff that let me like get in on my enemy, so I don't have to get a write up and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or get whatever privileges taken away. Like man, just let me. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. The most dangerous part of juvenile hall is school. Like some kids be scared to go to school because that's where it crack off at.
Really?
Right. They refuse to go to school, or they try to stay in the unit for every reason, talking about they sick and get to rubbing their stomach and shit. Like it just, then as soon as you come in classes, that's why the staff be sitting, have a chair outside the door of the class, because the teacher go run and hit that button and they got to run in there. Like school, it go up in juvenile hall.
It's just it's sad all the way.
It's just not a good place to be, man.
It's not a good place at all.
For the ones that didn't put themselves there, and then they just like in limbo, they don't have nowhere to place you, and then in between being placed, you got to sit in juvenile hall until they find somewhere to place you. They don't belong there because they ain't did a crime, because it's some of those type of kids. I forgot it's abbreviation for them. Like they be there and then they there because they in limbo. You know what I'm saying? They until where they figure out where they about to stick you, or what group home you going to. You might be sitting in juvenile hall, and you really ain't getting to do no crime though. But those are the ones like, okay. But the ones that was a kid like me, and you know what I'm saying, and I got thrown in the fire. Shit, that's you know what you did to get there. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you learn from that. That's how I look at it.